One more mini mission I want to show you guys. It's a quick one on electron configuration. And I'll skip these, but they're in there. And this presentation will be online on the website that I put on the front of the back at commanderking.blogspot.com. You go to the blog section, or I try to organize this. It's still a work in progress, but I just want to have you guys have the resources, and I'll continue to kind of walk through lesson plans and how I do it on a daily basis. But this one I think is on there. And so electron configuration, here's what my homework used to look like first here, right? All right, so write the electron configuration for lithium and beryllium. And maybe I got a little bit creative in there somewhere, but this is very much what it would look. Okay, so I decided, screw that, that's not very exciting for my students. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this video from one of my peers. Okay, so sometimes the tablet gets a little wacky, so I do apologize for that. Let me just close that out. And here's how I engage students in electron configuration. Oh, good, we have questions. Good, perfect. So while this is going crazy on me, what is the prep time like on a daily basis? Good question. My students think I live on the spaceship because, first of all, it would cost a lot of money for the spaceship to land, right? So that makes sense. And second of all, I'm there probably from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. So that's kind of my prep time. And then I go home and I think about the spaceship and other ideas. So it's a lot of effort. It's kind of like living on a spaceship, I guess. So I'll try to get to some of the other ones too. Sorry about that. But let's take a look at this one right here.
Good morning, ACT Specialists. I'm Commander Reeve of the SS Reeve 204. One of my roles is to serve as the Communications Director for the Alliance Fleet. As Communications Director, I'm responsible for making sure that important messages are sent across the universe without being intercepted by alien fleets. Often, we encrypt our messages. Recently, hackers have been intercepting and decoding our messages that have been sent to our outposts on Kepler 22b. As a result, we've lost many transport ships because alien forces have been aware of our ship's movements. We need to find a more unique way to encode our messages. Commander King suggested using Electron configurations to encode the messages. I have no idea what the heck that means, but it might be worth a try. I figure most people aren't very scientific, and we can use that to our advantage. I have transmitted the message I need to send to the Kepler 22b base to Commander King. He will further brief you on the details of the mission. Zu Funi, buena suerte, and good luck. Reeve out.
3 languages, but all right. So what is happening is the aliens are using our own technology on us. So we should send a message out, and the aliens are hacking this message and plugging it into Google Translate and turning it into whatever language they know. Okay, so the aliens are hacking our languages. So my idea is, what if we do this? What I did is I took her message and I tried to write it all in elements on the periodic table. So of course it's a little bit not the same, but I tried to keep the big ideas in there. Okay, so now that the students have the elements on the periodic table, what they need to do is now the aliens can still interpret this. They can still plug it into Google Translate and get it in whatever alien language they want. But now I'm going to go into electron configuration, all right? So I'm going to write each of these symbols in electron configuration, and that's the message I'm going to send over because aliens aren't going to know how we do electron configuration. And then the students will ask me, hey, Mr. King, they're scientists too. That's how we met up, so they know electron configuration too. But they can't possibly do it like we do, right? Like they can't possibly do it like 1s2 and 2s2. They might have it under here or whatever. So for each message, I kind of give them blocks, and they plug in the words they want to put. So like W for tungsten, and then they do the electron configuration underneath. And the message they send eventually is just the plugged-in version of the electron configuration, and that's how we get that message across. So this is a little bit of a stretch in terms of the application. But it is a powerful way, and my students, I've never seen students so excited to write electron configuration. And then they're like, oh, Mr. King, tungsten is so long, do I have to write it this way? I'm like, yes, And then I tell them 5 minutes later, oh, I just remembered a shortcut. Like, ugh. Like, okay, but again, you want them to think about, hey, is there a shortcut for this? Because that's thinking like an engineer. That's thinking, can I communicate this in a more even appropriate way? So you want to try to get them to beg for things, and that's when you know they're engaged. Right? That's when you know they're engaged. All right. So